Hello, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let me fix something, and I think I can get the camera to work on stream. I think I know what's up. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna check something real quick, and the camera should be able to work. I did not know. Usually, it just pops on and works. It was working earlier, so give me a moment to figure this out, and we'll go from there. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Billy Scott in the room. Yeah, yeah. Let's go. Turn on one light tonight. Let me just see how that one just looks. Push that one's on. Just do that one on. And then we'll do that one off. Boom. And everything. But hopefully y'all are doing good. We're here for a late night stream and everything like that. Just gonna chill vibes and everything like that. And yeah. Go. Make sure my phone's good and how everything is good and everything like that. Boom. Boom. Let's get over here, right back here, and then let's get over here into this, and then let's go boom, boom, boom. Alright, we get adjusted back to the controls of this game. We're gonna have fun, play the game for a little bit. Yeah. Is there a reason I'm not here in the game? Well, maybe do that. Oh, maybe do that and that. Give me a second, everybody. I'm gonna do something real quick.
Revelio.
Everything should be good now.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
See you, chest. Oh. Streaming for the windows. Let's see what we got left to do. It's nighttime for school, so let's go to west. Tower. Okay, so I got a reward if I do that, so let's see. Boom, let's go. Second, everybody. Messing up for me, so let me try something. go in there so I can check that. Okay, then this. Okay. So yeah. It's wait. Like I said, wait. Let's go.
What are you doing out here? Challenging you to a game of Summoner's Court. I think it's time you faced a real opponent, outside of Ronan's little lesson in charms class. Summoner's Court isn't just a game. It's a battle of skill. A test of a witch or wizard's mettle. What say?
I'm in. Let's do it.
Brilliant! Summoner's Court. The ever-changing game. Akio. Nothing to it.
Akio.
Okay, I got 20.
Try to beat that. Akio. Don't want.
Akio.
Lucky shot. Tie game. At least you didn't beat me.
Yeah, at least I didn't beat you. Okay, okay.
We should have bet a few galleons on that round. Care to go again?
I'm game
I'm
now.
for another round.
Grand. You could use the practice.
What's up, Hells? So
Summoner's Court. The ever-changing game.
For anybody that's been watching me or keeping up with what I do on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all that social media and everything like that, I want to let y'all know real quickly. I went live late tonight because of several reasons. One, I haven't been streaming as much because the air conditioner in the house is out. My dad's got a friend that he's known for over 20 years gonna fix it, but because it's the friend special, he's gotta wait till his actual playing clients get done, and then he'll come out here and get this one fixed. So it's gonna be this week, but it's just when he can fit it in and everything like that. Number two, work's just been kicking my ass. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. So yeah, I came home tonight. I was supposed to hang out with people, and all that, and I passed the fuck out. Number three, I haven't been playing guitar in about a week. Even though I got to do pedal and I want to do some TikToks and different stuff with it and everything like that, I have not been doing anything, like that. Number four is if you've been keeping up with what I do, I have been wanting to let you all know that hit that like button, share the stream out. But as we do any kind of stream, we're more focused going into these streams. So I want to let you all know, being more focused, meaning we load up Legend of Zelda, and that's one of the Legend of Zelda streams that week. We're going to be taking out the regional events. We're going to be taking out the bigger things to get to Ganon faster and more fluid. But at the same time, if any shrines, Korexes, or other things come throughout that way, more little tedious side quest things, then we'll obviously do those. But we got the bigger picture. Just like on this, I am going to go through more and more of the quest and get those done quicker, faster, more fluid. And the same thing with DBD. It's play more of the characters that I haven't played as survivors and more of the killers that I haven't played as the killer side of things and everything like that. But I appreciate you all watching. We got some other games that I want to try out. I'm going to look at Game Pass starting in whenever the air conditioner gets fixed. We'll look at Game Pass, PlayStation, and NSO, and maybe once a week throw one of those things out there for a stream for you all. And if you're all on board with all that, give me a 1 in the chat, and I will see that. But anyway, let me do something real quick. Boom. So yeah, if you heard it, all that, and you're good with all that, bam, it's as good again.
Akio.
Accio.
Akio. All in the wrist.
Accio.
Akio. Nothing to it.
Accio.
That was one for the ages. Wait, did I win? I won!
Barely. Barely.
We should have bet a few galleons on that round. Care to go again?
I'm game for another round.
Grand. You could use the practice. Summoner's Court. The ever-changing game. Akio. Try to beat that.
Accio.
That was fucking bull. That was fucking bull that round.
Missed the mark a bit on that one. Accio. All in the wrist.
Ah, that's fucking me up.
Accio. Nothing to it. I've been practicing. Well, a bit.
Accio.
I did that one on
Didn't
purpose.
think you were a match for me. We should have bet a few galleons on that round. Care to go again?
Yes, because I know I'm gonna win.
I'm game for another round.
Grand. You could use the practice. Summoner's Court. The ever-changing game. Accio. Try to beat that.
Accio.
Oh, you fucking asshole of a game.
I've seen worse. Accio. All in the wrist. Missed the mark a bit on that one. Accio. Nothing to it.
Accio.
I knew I was gonna lose that one, so I went
Didn't
ahead and put
think
that
you
up.
were a match
What's
for
up,
me.
Robert? So, Robert, if you ever rewatch this stream, when I start getting to this part of the game, when Hales pops into the chat, I kind of give a
We should
small
have bet a few
update and
galleons
everything
on
like
that
that.
round.
But yeah,
Care to
the
go
reason
again?
the stream's late is number one, I got tomorrow off, and number two, it's been hot, and I just felt like, hey,
I'm game
I've
for
got
another round.
everything done for
Grand.
my day. I
You could use
worked,
the practice.
I ate dinner, I slept from like 5 till 9 something. I hung out with friends for about an
Summoner's
hour,
Court.
hour and a half,
The
and
ever-changing
everything like
game.
that. And then I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna play this game for like 2-3 hours, why don't I just go live and then go to sleep? Sleep till like 7. I usually have to get up at 5, sleep till 7, 8 o'clock, and have a full day tomorrow. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what I mean?
Accio.
Accio. Try to beat that. I'll let you have that one. Accio. All in the wrist.
Accio.
Not bad. Not bad.
So is this game match the boss color? No, this game is basically. I'll show you when he once he
We
shuts
should have
up.
bet a few galleons on that round. Care to go again?
I'll show you
Game
what the
for
game
another
is.
round?
Grand. You could use the practice.
So for
Summoners
anybody
Court,
that has watched,
the
this is
ever-changing
called.
game.
This is Lander's his turn, right?
Accio.
I'm gonna take just a second before I do my turn. I'm gonna take just a quick second before I do my turn. And everything like that. But you see this, right? You're standing on this platform. You got a wand, right? And your wand, you do Accio, which brings things towards you. So you've got to sit there and be like, do I want to do Accio a whole lot or a little bit, and try to land on one of those boxes. The farthest away box, I think it's 5, 10, 20. And then I think it's 10, 20, or 10, 20, 30, something like that. But the last one, the blue one right there, is 50. So you gotta bring it back to you. So if you get more of them closer to you, that means you make a higher score by bringing them closer. But if you hit one of those little bumper things, it's like we'll bump the ball and all that. So yeah, make sure you hit that like button, share, stream out, and all that good stuff, and everybody, and that's how it's going.
Accio.
Oh!
That was one for the ages. Accio. Nothing to it.
Get out of my fucking way, bitch.
Eh, lucky shot. Accio.
Get out of my fucking way, bitch.
Try to beat that.
Accio.
I'll let you have that one. Well done. You beat me. Bit of good luck, that's all.
Nice, blueberry lemonade. No need to be upset. That wasn't love.
I'm not lucky, I'm simply better than you.
All right, fine. You're right. You're better than me. I'll let the others know you're good enough to keep playing.
The others?
I lost 7 matches in a row to Samantha Dale. The others who play Summoner's Court thought that if you couldn't beat me, you wouldn't be enough of a challenge.
Chin up, Leander. Keep practicing and you'll get better.
Blueberry
suppose you're
lemonade.
right.
So yeah,
I'll let
last
the others
thing
know
I
your
bought at the
vessel's been
store
tested, and that you passed.
last vegetables or fruit that I bought was I bought some thing that had like I think melons and like some I think it's honeydew melon or something in it, and it had some pineapples and all that, and then like I used chamoy on it or whatever you call that stuff to sprinkle a little bit on it. It tastes so good. But yeah, so let's see. Yeah, but you put a little bit of that chamoy stuff that I got in my room right here, the chamoy, whatever you call this stuff right here, and it's good as fuck. So let's see what the next one is. I've got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 7 more of those to find, so we'll see if I got an invisibility potion and or a thunder brew potion, and see if I got those. Okay, so see if I got those on me, said person, and then we'll go from there. L1. I've got no potions on me. How much coinage do I have? So let's see. Let's go to gear. See how much coinage I have on me. I have 716. Okay, so not the greatest, but I need to get more coinage. But yeah. What's up, Dank Meme? Obviously, late stream, late night chill vibes, just playing some Hogwarts, being one of those more progressive streams that I do, more focused streams that I do, and everything like that. Like I said, I was gonna say it for a couple streams and then stop saying it and just continue to do the stuff. You know, I basically got home from work, passed out from 5 till 9, then hung out with some friends via one of the apps that I'm on and everything like that. After I did that, I decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna be off tomorrow, so why don't I stream for a couple hours? So I'm gonna play this game for a couple hours because I didn't want to play any Zelda, because what I'm doing in Zelda is stream worthy stuff in Zelda, and it's like DVD. I want to share when I play the new any other survivors or killers that I haven't played on stream. So I thought, why don't I play this right here, you know, and everything, and play it for a couple hours, then go to sleep. I usually have to get up at 5 a.m., but since I ain't got to work tomorrow, why don't I get up at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning? So it gives me 2 to 3 extra hours of sleep that I usually don't get. And let's do that, and then go on with my day and everything. But yeah, because tomorrow night I won't be able to be live because I probably will go and play some music tomorrow night, you know, and everything like that. So we're gonna chill out and do that. But yeah, it's been hot here. You've seen the Discord post, what I'm doing in the said games and everything like that. And yeah, so hope you're doing good and all that. And before I went live, I was just chilling, watching a few people on the Twitch side thing. My friend Ashlyn, whatever you call her. I guess you'd call her my friend, but you know, we talked in the past and everything like that. But she was streaming the game It Takes Two, which is that game where 2 people play the game and do the stuff and everything like that. Which I have. It Takes Two and everything like that. It's just I don't have anybody to play said game with. But if anybody ever wants to play It Take Two with me, I think I can give you you can download like a friend code version of it or something like that, to where only one of us has to buy the game and all that, and you can play it with me, and then you know, and everything like that. And then I watched a little bit of Miss Click start her stream, and then I went live and everything like that. But yeah, that's what I was doing. So yeah, give me 1 second. Okay. So let's look, but before I move on into this game, everybody, let's get the bigger screen on, zoom in more on my face. I want 2 hours of my just back. I watched Zoe 102 and it's a terrible revival film. Don't respect the roots other than started looking for work nearby and played more Monster Hunter stories. Oh, it's nice to hear. Man, I envy you. Beginning the month, we have to come in early to confirm schedule, so I got shortened an hour to sleep today. So, like, I'm one of those people that if you're in your ages, if you're in your late 20s or 30, you're in your late 20s, 30s, or early 40s, you could live through the 90s pretty much, right? If you're like or at least enough of the 90s to know the 90s stuff and the 2000s stuff, right? Early 2000s stuff, right? And I'm one of those people that me growing up, when you turned on my TV, you saw everything from MGM and Mickey Mouse to Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy to Cat Dog, Rocket Power, As Told by Ginger. I watched That's So Raven. I watched Zoe 101. I watched Drake and Josh, The Amanda Show, Keenan and Kel. The list could go on, right? You think about that. The list could go on, right? I remember watching DuckTales. I remember watching Tailspin, Power Rangers, Mutant Ninja Turtles, the older versions of Transformers, all that stuff. I remember that my upbringing. Do I remember everything perfectly? No. I even watched Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob, which SpongeBob is one of the few that is still going, and everything like that. And I remember watching Mad TV. I remember watching all these different things in my upbringing in the house, right? And everything like that. And when you talk about Zoe 102, I remember them talking about like the iCarly thing. I never really was big into iCarly because I started to like get older then, right, and everything like that. But I watched probably a good season two of iCarly fully, and then I've seen some other things, episodes here and there as it's been on TV when I had DirecTV and everything like that. And I saw they do the reboot of that, and I watched about 4 or 5 episodes of that, and I enjoyed that. I thought, okay, cool, great, grand. They're it's not perfect, but it's cool, right? But then I saw this thing for Zoe 102, and I remember they did the little thing where like they did the little short thing that they did a while back, where like the little cafe scene and all that, right? And I always enjoyed Zoe 101, right? Because I remember the one girl that was on the show, she went and did Victorious after it. The main girl on Zoe 101 is Britney Spears' sister, which I think Britney Spears' sister looks better than Britney Spears. And Britney Spears, the last couple years, and even now, when you look at her on social media, she does not look the way she did look, and everything like that. And I thought Zoe, but she's one of them people that got famous, did Zoe 101, but at the same time, she could have been a bigger actor and bigger person, but she had kids and all that, so that's that. And at a young age, so I'm not gonna get into that. But I also like Chase, and then the dude that was on there, the can't think of the black guy on there. Can't think of what his name is. His brother was on That's So Raven, and then Corey in the House. I never knew at the time that I watched until Corey in the House came out that when I watched that stuff, they were brothers. Because I was like, okay, I see this dude. I was like, hey, is that the dude from That's So Raven? So I looked it up, and then I saw a picture, and they're actually brothers. And it's like, you got a brother that's working for Disney, you got a brother that's working for Nickelodeon, bam. And I remember a Nickelodeon back in the day when you actually had Nickelodeon Studios, and that was the place that you would see on TV that you would want to go. Hey, I want to go to Universal. I want to go to Nickelodeon Studios. I want to go see where they slime people, and where they do Legend of the Temple and stuff like that. And everything like that. And it's crazy, And it's like they did the revival of That's So Raven. I forgot what they called the revival of That's So Raven. That the revival of That's So Raven, whatever they called it, was good. iCarly, from what I saw, was good. This one I have not seen, but now you're telling me, so if I ever do take the chance to watch it, I'm going to have to be like, The revival of Full House, called Fuller House, I watched with my mom before she passed away, and that was decent, and everything like that. So certain things have come back and been decent, but boom, it's kind of like, you got Boy Meets World, and it's iconic, right? Iconic Boy Meets World, boom. But then you got Girl Meets World, and it's not bad, but it's nothing to hoot your horn about and great, And back when we had That's So Raven and other stuff, which Raven, she is beautiful, a beautiful woman. You also had those Disney movies and all that, and I remember watching those old Disney TV movies and all that, and then watching stuff like Are You Afraid of the Dark and all that on Nickelodeon and all that, and Pete and all that. So I lived that life, But anyway, back to the game. And if you remember any of the stuff that I mentioned, give me a 1 in the chat, and give me a 2 in the chat if you enjoyed any of that stuff. quest. Oh yeah. I saw that. I saw the part. I like on Instagram. I like what's her name? Her name's from Even Stevens. Christy Ramona, the girl that was in Even Stevens, the sister in Even Stevens. What she was banging and still is banging. So is Hillary Duff. Just saying. But that's a sidebar. That's sidebar, right? Hit that like button. I see a 0 on there. Please hit that like button, everybody. Like buttons. And also, if you can, throughout the week, come back to some of my content, stream shorts. Leave a comment. It really needs it. We need more comments and all that. But I'm subscribed to her, right? And the lady, Christy Ramon, whatever you call her name, right? She's created this podcast company, right? And they was Waverly's Place. They've done Ned. I think Ned has a Waverly Place has a podcast. Ned has a podcast. They had a Fuller. They have a Fuller Full House rewatch podcast. They have a couple of the shows from back then from the 90s and early 2000s that had people there that they have podcasts for. Obviously, some of them have to be on hold now because of the writer's strike. Because I saw Waverly Place, which that girl right there. But Waverly Place, they had to put a thing out there saying, hey, because of the GAF thing, we can't, whatever the thing is that they're doing the strike for. They said we can't talk about our past jobs right now, basically, and it's something that's weird that you live through the experiences and all this, but because you're an actor person and there's strikes going on, they basically was what a deal has been put through right now. Why the strikes going on, you can't talk about your past jobs, which means this podcast got put on hold. Kind of like Boy Meets World, they got a podcast where it's got Topanga and two of the guys from the show on there doing it, doing stuff, and it's kind of like I didn't know at the time when I was young until like I was like maybe going into middle school that the guy from Wonder Years and Ben Savage and Fred Savage were brothers, which is Wonder Years and Boy Meets World. Those are brothers. I didn't know that either. But yeah, like I said with the whole Instagram thing, I'm subscribed. I follow all those pages, and through those pages that I'm following on Instagram, because I get on Instagram like a couple times a day just to scroll through it while I'm at work or something, or before I do a stream or something. But because I follow some of the pages, I from that jump over to YouTube and like I'll say, hey, while I'm at work, or while I'm staying, or while I'm cleaning around the house, or while I'm on the ride from work to home, or home to work, I'll put those things on. And I remember Ned talking about a more adult version of the show, and wanting to do a reboot, and they said no, they canned that, and bam. And also, he kind of referenced in a later episode of the Ned and his podcast, because Ned the guy that plays Ned, can't think of what his name is, actual name is, but he's got his own podcast, his own individual podcast, where you see him sitting right here, and then people sitting right here, and then he's got the podcast with Mose and Cookie from the show, and all that he does, called the survival guide thingy, right? It's kind of like Christy Ramone. She's got a podcast where she does a podcast with herself and the guy from Kiss Possible. Them two do a podcast. Then she does her own podcast where she gets people coming on there, and it's cool to see what these people do and all that, you know, and everything. So let me just go around here. I'm trying to find that last balloon. Let me go up a little bit higher. Yeah, you know, and whenever it comes to Ned to declassify, I always thought, you know, it was in the middle school, right? I always thought you're gonna see me fly around for a second till I find that last balloon, right? I always thought it'd be cool to see how they could have done Ned declassified survival guide, right? High school, and they could have called like after they did middle school when they went to high school, they could have called it high school years, you know, Ned declassified by high school years, or if they did wait until they were adults, they could have done a version of it while they were in college, you know. And obviously being a kid and everything, like being a kid growing up, seeing that stuff. Let's go to Hogsmeade. Travel and everything like that. You know, and obviously everybody, and what's cool about the podcast that you see from these people, because you can look them up. What if they're like big actors and they're still acting a whole lot? Cool, they're doing that. But the ones that have the podcast, like Topanga, she's one of those people that as a kid you grow up, you look at her and you think, hey, damn, that's a good looking woman right there, right? But it's cool to see them be vulnerable and talk about stuff. You know, and what's cool about the Ned podcast is that I didn't know that Ned during the pandemic he struggled with different things and trying to date and all this, and I didn't realize that Mose she dealt with addiction and this and that and everything like that, to where she had to be pulled from a show, and they said we want the best for you, but she got pulled from her ABC Family show and everything like that, and these different things. And to see them be vulnerable enough to talk about their breakup as a couple, but also things they went through, it's courageous to me to see that, you know. But it's also eye-opening to see that, hey, you look at people for years on TV and you're thinking, oh, I watched Boy Meets World. Oh, I watched what's this? Beverly Hills 90210, or I watched this or that, or I watched different shows, like Fuller House, or what's that show that was in high school that they had, where they actually had the one with college years later and everything like that. Or you watched any kind of show as a kid, right? You look at these people, okay, they're actors, they act, okay, cool, and then you see some of them continue to act when they get done with their TV show. You know, whether it's this person, that person, the other person, like, you know, you see them go on and still act, right? And then you see some of them, you don't see them on TV, and you look them up, okay, well, they stopped acting after the show ended, got canceled, or wasn't renewed for another season, and they went on and had a normal life, and they work a normal job, right? Or they live off their money, right? But then you actually see some of them come on and actually reveal their self and all this. It ain't one of those things where, oh, you're watching E.T., or you're watching Entertainment Tonight, or you're watching E, or you're watching a YouTube video. Oh, all these years later, this lady was hooked on drugs. Kind of like when you watch that 70s show. It's like you watch that 70s show. I love every actor that was on that 70s show. I do genuinely love every actor, from the mom and dad to the next door neighbor to all that. But when it comes down to it, the blonde-headed chick that was Foreman's sister, she was on some heavy shit. Heavy shit. And then the other guy that was Ashton Kutcher's best friend, and they actually still were hanging out and talking to each other, and actually made another show that was actually a very successful show. That dude is fucked up in the head, and should be gone. I don't even want to see that dude anymore. But at the time of that 70s show, I enjoyed it, you know. And obviously they tried to make that 80s show, didn't work. Now they got that 90s show, and I enjoy that for what it is, and hopefully it gets more than 2 seasons. But yeah. Yeah, just look up just go back and look up Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, Waverly Place, Even Stevens, because the Even Stevens podcast they do, it has if you watch that one, it's called More Stevens. It has the girl, which is the sister, the older brother, and then it's got the guy that played Beans in the show, which he still looks like Beans, but they talk about it. And then also there's another podcast that's got they're all brothers, but it's 3 brothers that are from there. Let me give me 1 second. I'll actually look it up for y'all, just to give y'all a reference of it real quick. Christy Car Ceremony. Yeah, she owns a company called the Podcast Company, which is this, has all these podcasts hit you in the fields, you know. And it's like this. I'll show you something. Let me go to this scene, right? Right? You'll see this right here. If you go on Instagram, it's called the Podco, right? Like there's the 3 brothers, right? And then there's them older, and they're doing their own podcast, which is the Lawrence brothers. And as a kid, being in the 90s, early 2000s, knowing these people as actors and seeing them be vulnerable and seeing, hey, this is their experience throughout Hollywood, or the same struggles with dating or life or trials and tribulations that I somewhat experienced is cool. But also to see things that maybe I never seen come from their eyes, and know that, hey, I didn't know why this person was doing the show. This is going on behind the scenes, you know? See, she's talking about a see, there they are right there, right? See her, see? She talks about a relapse and all that and everything. And I didn't know they were all going through stuff. But that's the Instagram page if you want to look it up. Or you can kind of find all that stuff. Let me see if I can get you zoom, look at it better. The Podco right there. Give me 1 second, everybody, and I'll be right back to the game. But if you enjoy those kind of conversations and you want more of those conversations with me, then yeah. Okay, watching shows from the past hits different. Sublet. So what'd you say? Watching those, it sounds interesting since I haven't seen. Okay, I read that comment, and it says watching shows from the past hits different. Sublet nuances. Sublet nuances you can pick up on. Modern TV would kill those shows. Certain episodes haven't aged gracefully. That is true. Certain things, it's like with a comedian, right? It's whether you're Kevin Hart, you're in Gabriel Iglesias, you're Eddie Murphy, you're Tom Hanks, you're any kind of comedian, right? And you've done movies or stand-up comedy at any point in your career, right? And I'm no comedian. Hit that like button, share the stream out, please. Right now, everybody, hit that like button, share the stream out. I've never done stand-up comedy. But when I watch some of them people like Kevin Hart, I think it was Kevin Hart or somebody was like that, right? I saw through a clip on TikTok a couple months ago where they were talking about stuff, and he said, do I regret saying a joke that I said or something that I tweeted out years ago? No. He said not in the. He didn't say he didn't regret it. He said at the time that joke was okay. At the time those words were okay. It was acceptable. It was acceptable. And I was like, what does he mean? So I looked at the comment section, and then the person actually commented. He said, what I mean by that is at the time, those things were acceptable, whether it was at home or in the public. Certain jokes and certain things were acceptable, but now that culture has changed, things aren't acceptable. So I look back at myself and do I wish at being a more grown person or maybe I had said that joke? Yeah, but at the time, that joke I could have said it 1,000,000 times and would have never offended a single person in the entire room or world. And I'm thinking that is very, very true, because you think about things. Certain episodes you saw of Home Improvement or Full House or Family Matters or something you saw in a cartoon years ago would work in the 90s and the 80s and 70s. But then you think about today, and people will say that's a great show, it's that, but then you got to cancel a joke or a show episode out because culture changed. And it's not just because of the cancel culture, it's because just people's thinking, minds being more LGBTQ open and all these different things you could say out there, and it's just a different world we live in, you know? You know? Because it's like you put Ren and Stimpy out, really off the cuff show. You were to release it today, it might work in some sense, but it might not work in others. It's like certain things that happen on Family Guy or Simpsons or American Dad or Futurama or certain things. Can they work or can they not? You know, and it's like I will go, and it's like bam, But the thing about it is that me as a person, I look at those things and be like, you know what? I may see a joke on an old movie that Tom Hanks did or that Eddie Murphy did, or watch Eddie Murphy's stand up Raw, or watch an old Bernie Mac thing or something like that. And the joke that I laughed at and was acceptable then, I may still laugh at the joke now, but I know in my head that joke would not be allowed today on your Comedy Central, your MTV, your TBS, your TNT, or whatever programming, or even your Netflixes, your HBO Maxes, whatever it is. And that's me being a human. It's kind of like take acting out of that form of entertainment, because as humans we consume a lot of entertainment, and that's what I love being able to with my Discord post. When I said I loved working a full day's work, meaning I love, if I can look back at a week, I put 40 hours in that week. I did several streams that were an hour or more playing Zelda, Hogwarts, DVD, or the above, because I'm going to start playing more games on my Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch through NOS, PlayStation Plus, Essentials, and all that, and the Game Pass at least once every other week, where I pop something in there for the culture and for you all, right? But I look at all that stuff. It's kind of like you look at wrestling, another medium that I enjoyed, right? And some people may shit on the more pure wrestling that they did back in the day, or some of the promos that were done back in the day, because they'd be like, "Oh, this doesn't pop a crowd." But back then, the crowd knew less about the business, and the more kayfabe was more instilled into the wrestlers, so they thought it was more of a legit fight back then compared to the day. Because if you watch some of the old Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair feud stuff with the Four Horsemen and everything like that, they had a cage match one time where where the results basically after that cage match, the crowd was trying to get in that cage at them. And nowadays, since people know stuff, you can still have that same kind of match with the same kind of feeling, but you wouldn't have the people going bombarding the cage and stuff like that. And it's all boom. But hey, Night Robert, have a good one, man. Talk to you later. I'm gonna get back to the game. Boom. But y'all get what I'm saying, right? I'm trying to see how to get somewhere, and boom. But then the thing it is, everything that I've said tonight via this stream as I've slowly played the game, this is what I'm talking about. More progressive conversation while we had watched why the little bit I played the game has been more progressive. But the bottom line is, this is what I'll say. When it comes to the entertainment medium out there, wrestling, movies, television, music, and art. And that means in any shape, fashion, form, something you consume on your computer, which is music, television, this, that, the other thing, whatever, your computer, your phone, this, any kind of entertainment form out there. What was acceptable 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, or more isn't necessarily, all of that isn't necessarily acceptable today. Now, before the last 5 to 10 years, anything that was done in the 70s, 80s, 90s, people would laugh up and say, oh, this shouldn't have been done, move on to the next day, or this should said, move on to the next day. But now, you say that and you look at it with a different eye, and some people will push that button because they feel like for their entertainment, their entertainment, their content, whether they're a fellow YouTuber, content creator, or person on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, they feel like, hey, I can make people look at me and grow with me because I can criticize this, that, and break down this, that, or other thing. And that works for some people, but for me, I want to look at things the glass half full kind of thing, and be like, hey, some of that was right, some of that wasn't right. Some of it maybe you could regret, some of it maybe you shouldn't regret. Maybe you should just understand that was the time. You better, you wouldn't do it again. We turn a new leaf, you go on. And I kind of blame Phase 4 being so. What I blame, really quickly, after Endgame, what I blame is after Endgame happened, you have, take Marvel to the side real quick. You have all this stuff with DC being changed, and then James Gunn getting hired, and all these things happened with DC, to where DC fell apart. When you had good actors there, it's just the movies that overall were being made should have been better, because Wonder Woman started out good, but it went meh. Superman started out alright, but it went meh. Batman could have been a whole much better. You know, the last Batman the movie they made, with Robert Pattinson, was a decent movie, and I can't see where they go with that, but bad. But when it comes to the Marvel thing, Marvel started taking, hey, we're owned by Disney. Star Wars is working in TV shows and doing alright in TV shows. You know, let's start adding the Marvel shows in there, and the Marvel shows were good for what they were. Like I don't mind the what Loki or the Wakandas or WandaVision and stuff like that did, and you know, or a few of the other things. But when you pipe so much down of shows to get these characters in, so that they can be eventually characters in movies, it kind of dilutes things to where I feel like you could have had less shows, and you could have had more of a proper way of putting in Moon Knight, more proper way of putting in Miss Marvel. Not saying that they could never have a show, but I feel like you could have done that better, in my point. And then it makes it mid, because you have Spider-Man, which Tom Holland, which has had every movie's been really good. Then you've got what's his name, Doctor Strange, which was kind of Then you got the which wasn't bad, but it's kind of and then you have the last Thor, which Thor should come back and be a more serious Thor and go towards the end of Thor's overall arc in the series. But the last movie was blah. You have Black Panther, which obviously had to go through his stuff because the actor died, but I enjoyed that. But then you have things like I can't think of the ones with all the people. It's not Shang-Chi or something like that. The other one is not the Marvel. It's the ones that were like, they're basically gods and all that. I can't think what the name of that movie is. That movie is blah. So whenever I see all this stuff, like recently, the movie that's getting work on the most right now is the next Deadpool movie, which has Hugh Jackman coming back to play Wolverine, because Ryan Reynolds always wanted to play his version of Deadpool with Hugh Jackman, right? Elementals, yeah, that one right there. You know, And what I saw is that movie is bringing a lot of people back to reprise roles for one final time. But it seems like at the same time they've already confirmed that this is no spoiler. Who they're facing as the villain in there is somebody we've already seen in the MCU, and it's like if you can give the actor a little more control and this and that, sometimes it works when it doesn't. But James Gunn, he did really good with the Guardians because he made sure that 1, 2, and 3 went really good together as movies, but also if they were somewhere else in the MCU, they were well done. You know, it's kind of like Iron Man isn't perfect, Captain America isn't perfect, but the America movies and all that went well. The Spider-Man movies went well. You know, it's these other things that come in there, and Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, stuff like that. It's good, it's well, it's cool, but it could have been implemented just a little tweak, and it would have been better. It's kind of like I have not seen Secret Invasion, the little series they did, where Samuel L. Jackson finally got his lead role. And I feel like he should have got a lead role in a movie, and then they done the series after the movie. But I do know what happens there at the end when they show what's his name. It really wasn't that, and it kind of like it's like everything he did in Endgame, everything this character did in Endgame, and all these fights and everything like that. If he's back all the way back to Captain America movie where he got hurt, then it's like, how much of all his feelings and words he said to anybody was true? But anyway, I'm going to shut that up for right now. Even though the films may have been flops, some of the side stuff in an Infinity Saga could have been flops. The overarching way that they saw the flop, that they still made that person like Captain Marvel seem really important, was good execution. You know, and what's cool is that you have Robert Downey Jr., you had Chris Evans, you had Bruce Banner, can't think of the actor's name, you had Thor, you had what's her name that did Black Widow, you had the guy that did Falcon, and you had the guy that did Hawkeye. Those 7 right there, the Avengers, right? Those ones those actors right there. No matter where you'd place them, if they placed them next to Ant-Man or Spider-Man or this or that, they really did well. You know. It's kind of like Ant-Man actor. The last movie wasn't the greatest, but the actor itself is a very well skilled actor. It's just the execution of certain things in this Phase 4 and into 5 is mid. So hopefully, when you see now, they kind of said, hey, let's go back to the shows on these things. Let's push this here. Maybe when they start releasing some of the bigger hit movies like the next Deadpool, and they start integrating the X-Men into things, and you get that arc going, where you now see X-Men and you see these other things coming in that have been there in the past, but are now actually getting more of the forefront, and the Avengers aren't necessarily the big overarching thing, because if the Avengers aren't the overarching thing, and you got the X-Men in there now, and you got some other thing, you got them wanting to put Fantastic Four somewhere back in there. Hopefully when they bring maybe Doom or Galactus or whoever else they bring in there as the villain, it's more of a better payoff, because I understand in the world we live in now, after that saga, streaming services were hot, and they say, let's put movies here, let's put shows here, let's do this. Don't oversaturate, because that can hurt something in the long run. Just my little tangent. But for anybody that's watching, even if it's just ain't me watching, and y'all want me to have more of these conversations, maybe do just chatting streams where I can put a subject up there and we just kind of like talk about said subject. And that's the only thing that is the stream is like it's like one to three, maybe four topics, and just chatting stream. And y'all would like to see some of that stuff. Give me a hell yeah in the chat, and I can incorporate that into maybe every week or every other week where we can sit there and have those conversations in streams, you know, and have fun with that stuff. But that's up to y'all, you know. Maybe even bring back the Vault Squad and thingy that I did that podcast thingy and all that. Which there's a few people that I do want to interview and all that. And there's some of the people that come by my streams and all that I would like to interview, you know, because y'all see my schedule. If somebody can sit there and say, well, Chris gets home at 5, you know, between that and 10 o'clock, I can get 30 minutes to 45 minutes along with somebody. Cool, great, grand. But give me a hell yeah if you'd like to enjoy that stuff. You know, this is what I'll say when you said that last one. It doesn't help that Iron Man and Captain America both reach those. Okay, then, if you're suggesting that date, mean, and you got any kind of ideas rolling in your head, just as a friend, and you watch a lot of content, and you're a moderator for a lot of people, if you got any ideas to say, hey, why don't you work on a good thumbnail and just kind of do that stuff for a little bit here and there, you know? Then I will put the video game down and we'll have those conversations where I can have people come in and we can talk about that stuff. But when you talk about Iron Man and Captain America, what's crazy is that, no offense to any other actor in the world, my favorite Spider-Man is still Tobey Maguire. I did like what Andrew Garfield did, and it was excellent in my eyes. I do like what Tom Holland's doing, and it was good in my eyes. But my favorite Spider-Man is the original Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 and 1 are two of my favorite superhero movies of all time. And my favorite superhero actor of all time is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, because Wolverine's my favorite superhero of all time. But when you look at Iron Man and Captain America, Chris Evans and Robbie Downey Jr. played their roles, whether it was in the Avenger movies or it was in their solo movies. They did those roles so well that people look at Robbie Downey Jr. in a better light than they did previous to him doing Tropical Thunder and the Avenger movies and being part of the MCU. Chris Evans, you saw him as Torch in a couple 4 movies that never really went anywhere. But you see him as Captain America, a totally different thing. Hit it out of the park. And what's hard is that maybe those characters have to show up somewhere in some shape, form, or iteration in the future in the MCU. But, you know, down the road. But those actors play it so well that they left a mark on it that if I go play, say, if I went to go play Thor, or I went to go play Silver Surfer, or I went to go play Galactus, or Professor Octavius, or whatever role in any MCU movie you could think of, you gotta sit there and have in your mind that man, there's always their movies happen, but these two actors play these so well that I may get a lead role in this, but it's gonna be hard to step up to that. It's kind of like Mark Ruffalo as Hulk. That Hulk show they did was not the worst thing, but not the greatest thing in the world either. It could have been a lot better. But I want to take everything else away, and Mark Ruffalo is a good enough actor that I want to see, and I wish they would have done it, because obviously the actor that was in the Hulk movie was different from him, but they do play off of that movie to be the Hulk that we see now, right? And the thing about it is, Mark needs to be is a good enough actor to be just as good as Iron Man and Captain America, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. to hold his own movie. And I want them to say, hey, if you still got Hulk and you still got Thor and you still got this and this that were the Avengers or sublet of the Avengers, then give them their own movies and let them take the reins and show people that, hey, these people may have been, say your Iron Man's gone, right? Well, somebody needs to fill that hole for Iron Man. It may not be Iron Man, but it could be like Hulk. Hey, Chris Evans is gone. Well, you know, you got the new Captain America. Please take his role. You know, so if those two are gone, take his role. You know, and since Black Widow's gone, fucking sexy ass actress, you know, maybe put Winter Soldier into that role, you know, boom, or Captain America into the Captain Marvel into that role, and fill these roles and push them to the level that those could, because there's actors that are in those roles that can do that. It's just the movies have to run, and the movies are for the most part doing what they need to do. It's these shows that have kind of forced that not, because there are so much of the shows that tarnish the things a little bit, you know. And it's not that the shows were necessarily bad. It's just the way that you got so much, and it was like, it's like, okay, you got Shanghai, Spider Man, Doctor Strange. You got WandaVision. You got Loki. You got other stuff, and I'm like, okay, too much. If you would spread it out a little bit more, maybe done. Hey, we're gonna do 2 to 3 movies within the next year. We're gonna do a show in the spring, maybe a summer little series, and then one in the fall winter. Cool, it would have been a little bam. But hey, I could preach about this. We could all have this discussion. That's for a sidebar. I will work on stuff because, like I said, once this air conditioner is fixed and everything like that, once this air conditioner gets fixed and all that, I'm gonna do like I said, with my streams, with my content. Like I said earlier in the stream, before you got here, Damien, I got a new pedal there that I want to do more creative stuff in my TikTok shorts and reels. And because it's been so hot, I barely picked up a guitar in the last week and everything like that. But when you've got all these heavy hitting actors that are in the Avengers, right? The Avenger movies, right? And then all the way to Endgame. Well, when you got Black Widow, Captain America, and Iron Man, 3 of them that are technically not supposed to be there anymore, right? It took out. But yet the rest of them are still there, right? You should sit there and be able to look at this and say, okay, say those 3 spots are on a map, right? Well, take this person right here and bring him up. Boom. Bring her up. Boom. Bring her up. Boom. And do it well. And by saying, hey, they done their part. Now let's give them their whole movie. Boom. Don't just go in there and throw them into a series or a quick movie for $1, you know, because it kind of just tarnishes things and bloats things and everything. And it's like, okay, boom. Because like me, did I like what I saw with Moon Knight? Yes, but I feel like if I would have watched a movie and Moon Knight would have been, and I would have saw the one of those big actors, like boom, going in there, and the Moon Knight would have been a side person there, and I'd be like, damn, Moon Knight, wow, he popped up in that movie, was shockingly very, very good, like a Winter Soldier, the guy that plays Winter Soldier, shockingly good. Then I'd have been like, okay, hey, after we've seen him pop up and show himself in a movie, he's finally getting his own series. Cool, great, grand. You know, hey, why is this Miss Marvel getting a series before the movie? Because I feel like they any of them that have come out in the movie first feel better in the movie sense than they do in the show sense. Now, will with this movie that has Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and the other and all them in there be shock me? It could blow me away. It could, you know, but I'm no movie producer. I'm just a person, one of thousands, if not millions, that go right here on YouTube, on social media that talk. And if people feel like they want to hear more of my opinions through Just Chatting Streams, then what we'll do is, just as I said, I'm going to incorporate once every couple weeks or once every week or every other week, depending on where things lead up. Once I get this fixed and my mind frames better, then I'll sit there and be like, okay, we've got our Zelda, we got our Hogwarts, let's finish those out, go on to our next games, let's pop up a stream of this, and once a week I may do a Just Chatting stream. And if it comes a thing, I may say, hey, every Thursday or Friday, expect a Just Chatting stream from yours truly, Chrislevi13, where we'll be discussing some things from that week, or we'll be discussing a certain topic, or hey, everybody, it's Monday or Tuesday in the Discord. I can say, add everybody. Hey, give me a topic. Hey, everybody, this Thursday or Friday, I'll be doing Just Chatting stream. Give me a topic, and boom. True. But yeah, as far as everything I just said there, I'm about to go get these balloons in this game, pop them, and all that. But like I said, y'all saw the post. What I didn't put in the post, it was in Discord. Is that based on what I just did here? Is that I will set up a day like Thursday, Fridays, depending, or maybe it could be Mondays, Wednesdays. But I'll set up that thing, and the reason I'll have 2 days whenever I do that, and I'll give a couple days before. Is sometimes if I do Just Chatting streams, that people will say they want to see more of my conversations, because I know Robert enjoys them, Dang enjoys them, Stitch enjoys them. I know I got a good enough people, at least 5 or more, that enjoy them. So if I say like, hey, a couple days before, hey, this coming Thursday or Friday, or I gotta see my week schedule and say, hey, this Thursday I'm gonna do a Just Chatting stream for about an hour and a half, and I want y'all suggestions. Then I say, okay, say I get 3 suggestions. Well, hey, I don't take those suggestions up there, boom. Or I say, hey, I'm gonna take one of the suggestions that y'all said in the Discord and these 2 topics, and we'll talk about them for this, you know. And I know people can say, oh, well, it's a ripoff of this person or that person, you know, but it's my interpretation, my style on it, and everything like that. But anyway, see, I got one. Okay, oh, I got one more of these to get. Well, let's fly up and see if I can find it. I did not know. I thought I had more than that to do. Where are the balloons? There it is.
Brilliant.
So, as we look at that challenge is 19%. I'm at level 19 in this game. If you look at the map, compared to like Zelda's other map that I'm doing, that's the map, right? I have not been anywhere down here yet. Anywhere down here, nowhere near any of that. I've been around here. I've not gone in that little part, but I did go down here because that's where some of the stuff that I had to get for one of the missions I had to do right there, right? And then I have not been up here yet, or way out to the corner there. But I've done a ton of shit right in here, and a ton of shit right in here, and in this area. But like I said, me doing these more big progress streams when it comes to the Just Chatting stuff outside, which if the Just Chatting stuff turns into me bringing the podcast back to give it more of the Vault 13 podcast thing, and that'd be my Just Chatting stream, maybe. But when it take that just to the side, when it comes to the games like this game and Zelda, I have over the last few days watched a few videos, and I may watch a few videos to kind of help myself out, because I've been, like I said, I watched Miss Click, I watched HMK, I watched a few people actually play Legend of Zelda and enjoyed that enough to for my experience, to help make my experience better. But when it comes to a game like this, I might look at a few things to say, hey, what's some things in this game that are the easier things to get and stuff like that. But it is on 1:16, and I did not know I'd be here right now, so I'm probably going to play this a little bit longer and then get out of here, and then probably sleep till about 8 o'clock in the morning, and then get up and then have my full day, because tomorrow, well, later today, I've got get up at 8 o'clock, have my stuff done around the house by 9:30, and then I'm probably gonna go with my dad to have lunch at a local place, and then tomorrow afternoon, night, me and my dad are gonna go play music with some friends and everything like that. So, yeah. What does they do? What do I have clicked? Oh, I gotta go back to her. You know what? I have not flown like this yet, so let's do this. But like I've said before, whenever I haven't been in, I don't want to sit there and put my personal life like be the reason that I haven't been able to do this or that. But like, obviously February, y'all know what happened. Obviously May, y'all know what happened. But the more as I grow as a human being, the more that I grow as an adult, because I've sat here this year and had some realizations as a human being, and I don't know if anybody out in this void is gonna hear me or even care. But I sat out here in this world, in this life, and I've realized that, man, me creating content on YouTube and throughout social media has defined my life in a big way since I graduated high school, because I graduated high school in 2012, 11, right? And everything like that. I graduated high school, right? And everything like that. And what's crazy is that I graduated high school, right? In 2011. A year after I graduated high school, I started this YouTube channel because I had a friend that did wrestling and just stuff on his channel. I thought, okay, well, I can do the same thing, just add music. And then from there, I've met Big Evil Game and all these other people that have been my friends for 10 plus years now. And then throughout that time, I've come to win and lose and gain some friends and lose some friends. But that's also part of life and everything like that. But okay, let me see where do I need to go. The fuck is she at? Oh, she's right up there, okay. But throughout that time, like, I've realized that, man, whenever I lost my, like, two people that I did YouTube content with in 2016, at the same time, I had, I got kicked out of a band that was performing almost every weekend, if not every other weekend, for a long time. And then at the same time that happened to me, to me that same year in 2016, I went from being, hey, I work part-time, I do YouTube with two buddies of mine on another YouTube channel, in addition to doing my YouTube channel, and I'm in a band. Well, I lost two things, and then that job went from being part-time to being full-time. And then when that job started being full-time, and I started doing YouTube solo, I realized the next year, in the beginning of 2017, to not only do YouTube for more serious, but to actually get a webcam that would last for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Still is working to this day for y'all to see me, which is crazy. And people say, is it a C920? No, it's a C922. And I got simple lighting, but I went from a yellow bulb to more white bulbs and this and that, and took my thing a little bit more serious. And I can look at my life in a different light, because these conversations I have here, when I look back at them a year from now, I'll say, that changed me, It made me a better person. But let's do this last little thing and then get out of here.
How did you get on with those tasks?
Madam Kagawa, I completed the list of tasks you assigned.
Wonderful. I trust you became more familiar with your broom through the process?
Yes, Professor.
That's good to hear. Keep it up, and perhaps one day you'll have a spot on the Quidditch team. If Black ever permits Quidditch again. Well, with those tasks out of the way, let us get started. Glacius. Pay attention to your wand work. Well done. I'd recommend that you practice your new spell here in my office before taking it out into the world.
Glacius!
There you go.
Confringo! Glacius!
I think it's learned its
Incendious!
lesson. But you continue to practice as long as you like. Kinesthesia is a powerful learning tool.
Glacius! Confringo! Glacius! Expelliarmus!
Be sitting attire if you plan to take classes from your bed.
Well, everybody, that is yours truly, Chrislevi13. That is another stream in the books. I did not know I was going to get into the conversations, but it fills my heart to have those more progressive conversations, more focused conversations, and everything like that. And just a recap of everything: Hogwarts, get more. If it's on the list of stuff to do, don't just piddle around as much, even though I got to find some of the pages and certain things that are in the game. Just like with Zelda, with Hogwarts, if I'm going around doing certain things and I see a page or this or that, cool, great, grand, get the stuff, get the little side quest done, but do the bigger arcing stuff done more. Just like with Zelda, our goal is get regional events done and get more of that stuff done so we can go face Ganon sooner rather than later. And I want to get that on stream, because I would love to be able to finish that playlist, because even if I gotta do a lot of stuff later down the road and just chilling chat streams, just chilling streams, all that stuff, do in-game stuff, right? Post-game stuff, right? Cool. But I want to get more of that bigger stuff, like the original events and the Ganon fight and all that stuff on thing. And like when I go fight those dragons that are around Zelda's map, I want to make sure that's on stream, because it's not that I just need it on stream, it's because I feel better because I get to go look back at it and share that experience with you, the viewer, and everything like that. And obviously, like I said, with DVD and all that, and obviously, I'm gonna probably see what's on my Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, and maybe with the next couple, once their districts kind of say, okay, well, this is where, hey, this next week let's do Zelda and a Hogwarts stream, boom, or let's do a Zelda and a DVD stream. Boom. Those are 2 streams out of they're all confirmed. Boom, right? And then let's throw in, hey everybody, I want to do a Just Chatting stream today, but also while we do this Just Chatting stream, after the first 15 minutes, 30 minutes, we'll add in a game that is on the Xbox Game Pass, and we'll still continue the conversation, but we'll also have conversation about said game, because I feel like I want to continue these conversations, because if live form content is what I can do the most of, then when that content is said and done and no longer live and is considered a video, it's still under the live portion of the channel. And that's what people come back, because I see views. I don't know what it is, but I've always seen my streams grow after the fact they've been there, and it's something that I must be doing because I used to have a point in period where when I did a stream, there would be nothing after. But for the last 6 months, I've always seen a couple views, watch time, always go up on the streams that I did. So if that's happening, then let's continue this stuff, you know. And like I said, once this is cooler in here, then I can get in this section of the room over there and set the because if y'all don't realize it, right here, obviously I've told y'all there's 4 or 5 consoles right here. There's my computer, there's my setup, there's my camera. But then there's this part of the room y'all don't even see, never see on stream. It's actually got my personas and all that that Studio Nintendo is suggested for me to get and all that I can hook my guitar into my stream setup. But it's also got a little mic stand. It's actually got a spot for where my phone can go into it, and I can use my phone's camera to create videos and point it this way where I'm sitting in the chair and talk to the camera. Or I can put it right there, and when y'all see my TikToks, Reels, or Shorts, and I'm playing guitar, it's because it says there, and it gives a good eye view for my amp, that, and my guitars, so that still looks good. And I never thought I'd set my room up like that, but when I thought about how much space I had in this house, obviously there's another room back there once I get that room set up back there. Once with the air conditioner gets fixed and all that, and it's our music room, I will put my camera up in there and show you all some videos and stuff like that of me playing the bass, maybe pull out some drum videos and all that, because I do got a little bit of a drum set back there. But it's just amazing, you know, and there's a new pedal that I got, the looper pedal, and I want to show more of that on video than I did in the past, but it's so hot that it's hard to do that stuff. But enough of me chit-chatting, talking. I'm going to go wrap it up, zip it up. I'm going to go get off of here, chill out for about another 30 minutes and all that, do a few things, let the dogs out one more time tonight, and then I'm probably going to go to bed. But you all have a good Wednesday, a good week, and everything like that. And make sure to continue having those good, more progressive, more engaging conversations, things and all that. And remember, my DMs are open, so anything that I talk about here, if you think, hey, why don't you do what you said there, instead of a stream, do it in a video, or do it in a short, or do this. I'm willing to work with y'all, collaborate with you all, and do those things. Anyway, it is 1:29 my time. Could be 2:29 your time. Could be 3:29. Whatever time it is for you, my heart to your heart. Have a good one. Now I will see you all. If I don't see you all tomorrow, then it will be Thursday evening that I see you all with another stream. And probably for the Thursday stream, as I sit right here, I will not do Hogwarts, so pretty much expect DVD or Zelda. And if I do DBZ, it's always going to be more of Nicolas Cage, and then the killers that I haven't played as. And then with Zelda, it's going towards the 2 regional events, because now that I've got the towers all done, going towards the 2 regional events and the city and everything like that. But yeah, and also if you are there when we're doing the regional events and all that, any kind of suggestions, tips, and all that, like when I start to stream up for the next Zelda stream, if you're in there, Dank, or anybody, and you know of armors or certain things that I can get quickly that would help me out in the long run, look, if I need to take off and go do that for 15, 20, 30 minutes or plus, and go get that done really quickly, so I can say, hey, I have a couple better weapons, or I have a couple better swords, or staffs, or whatever it is that I have, then I would like to go do that, because if that helps me out throughout these regional events, then that'd be better. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up, because I'm getting tired of talking and tired of hearing myself. I'll see you on the next video or live stream. Stay awesome, everybody. Stay awesome. And yeah, y'all have a good one.